Hello, this is Jason from thrivingtherapies.com, and now I've got a client from Ireland, from Cork, a guy called Shane. And what he's been doing is he's been using my brain retraining program to overcome chronic fatigue syndrome. So Shane, would you like to introduce yourself and let us know, how long had you been suffering with chronic fatigue? And also, like, what were some of the worst symptoms that you're experiencing?
Hi, Shane, mid-30s, started suffering about nearly 4 years ago to the day. I was sporty, active, you name it. I was out 4, 5, 6 nights a week playing games, physical work, no problem, and just crashed one day. Went from being completely fit and healthy to the next day just absolutely flu-like symptoms, typical to a lot of the other stories we hear, and just spent the last 4 years on an up and down kind of curve, really kind of trying to fight it, but never getting to a level that I wanted to. Lowest, the worst I felt, I was on the couch pretty much solid for 3 or 4 weeks at the very start. Awful brain fog. Felt my stomach was wrong. Found it really hard to concentrate on a conversation. If there was 3 or 4 people in a conversation, I felt it would drain me because it would have been so much crisscross going on. And just the physical, all my physical energy just went from being, I would have thought, being very, very good to being completely and utterly gone. There was nothing left. I was barely getting through mundane tasks. I was forcing myself to get through a day. I was able to get through a day of work, but it was taking a lot out of me. Yeah, I was pushing the whole time, and I was crashing. The minute I came home, then it was crash. It was day done. Try and bulk up again. Try and get the battery back. But I suppose I was lucky. I kind of, like a lot of your other stories that you would hear, I tried osteopaths, tried diet, tried pills, tried tonics, acupuncture, kidneys, you name it, I tried it. And like, I learned things from them, and there were certain little things that you take away, but it never got me. I never felt like I was back to myself. I was never there. I was always probably getting to 50, 60, 65, and then bang, another crash, gone down again. And always looking for something to blame, food, or was there something in the atmosphere, or was I allergic to something? So it's just a very huge amount of frustration, probably self-doubt, but hopefully right on track now and getting changing mindset.
What's it been like since you started doing your brain retraining?
So like, I suppose when I started, I had heard about this neuroplasticity and all this kind of stuff, and I was just sick and tired of feeling sick and tired, really. And just looked up a couple of videos, typed it into YouTube or typed it into Google, and came across your videos and stuff. And I was like, finally, there's somebody who's speaking the exact same that I'm speaking. That went from being peak to fully back to health, and went through all the symptoms and everything else. I was like, finally, there's someone who is talking, singing my tune. So I suppose my belief and confidence wouldn't have been, since I got sick, wouldn't have been great. I suppose if you're sick for that long, and if you're struggling for that long, you probably get into a bit of a vicious circle, and you nearly, at times, I definitely did feel at times that this is it. This is my life for the rest of my life. I'm stuck. I have to just deal with it. I have to put away, I have to forget about these dreams and stuff, that in my life has to be completely structured, pretty much sucking all the joy out of it. That, like, if I just have to tick boxes every day to make sure I'm able to survive and get myself through the day. Live that. You're not living, you're surviving. That's basically what I was. I was surviving. And I suppose I was a bit of a pessimist starting off, that this isn't going to be me, that it
Little bit of
worked
doubt.
for some people, but yeah, 100%. And probably didn't attack it with the gusto that I should have. I'm being honest here.
That's okay.
Probably, yeah. Just, I suppose I dipped in and out. I did do it every day, but I suppose there was a little bit of impatience to my approach at the start. I wanted to be the person who got it done in a week, and after a week that I didn't have to do it anymore, and it was going to be great. So
the quick fix.
Probably pushed. Quick fix. Exactly. The magic pill, as you kind of call it, the one fix. But so I was probably guilty of pushing the pedal too quickly and forcing, going, and maybe feeling then getting frustrated when it wasn't working straight away.
Exactly, straight away.
The looking for perfection or being the overachiever and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
so
I can totally relate. I was doing the same.
It definitely took me a couple of weeks to tweak what you were telling me and to tweak what you were teaching me to find what I needed to do to see changes and to feel changes.
Yes.
And I'm what, 5-6 weeks into it at this stage, and I'm still tweaking. I'm still learning. I'm still finding things that work for me, and something could work one day and then it could get a bit boring or bland, so I would have to change it up a bit. But it's just building on every day, I suppose, to keep the confidence going, keep the belief. But I have seen there are things, as I said, I was lucky, I suppose. I wasn't starting from rock bottom. I had a little bit in reserve. I was able to do things. I wasn't able to, I wasn't able to train. I wasn't able to run or exercise to an aerobic level. I was able to do kind of little bits of Pilates and yogas and stuff, but even at that, there was still the crashes. So I suppose once I got into a routine and kind of found my niche and found things that made me tick and found things that I could relate to, I was able to definitely just see a nice steady improvement.
Yes. What are some of the things that you've noticed, the improvements?
I suppose my big thing I took from it is my confidence, I suppose, and the belief that there is hope there and there is a change. Because at the start I would have been a pessimist. I'm stuck. This is it. So that's completely after changing.
That's a huge change.
I know that there is hope. Without it, I don't think any of the rest probably matters. Because if you're not believing and focusing and saying there is a chance and I am going to do this, then you're everything else that you can do. You can change the diet. You can do all of the routines. But unless you've got that belief there and stuff,
so important.
It doesn't matter. So I've seen a difference, I suppose. Every morning for the last 2 weeks, I've been able to get up and I've gone for a walk. And it's not a huge walk, but it's say 25 minutes, and my pace has picked up.
Excellent.
I've gone from maybe 12 minute kilometers. I'm down to 10. So I've realized my pace is getting better. Work, I'm able to get through a day's work a lot easier. And there's more positivity in my day. I've seen that I'm kind of able to eat foods and enjoy foods more liberally than I probably would have had. I would have been very, very regimented, very strict, that I had to be certain I couldn't have dairy, I couldn't have gluten, I couldn't touch sweet things, and looking at menus before I went anywhere and nearly saying, I can't eat anything, so I'm going to have to eat before I go and just sit there and have a bowl of soup or something. So a lot more freedom, I suppose.
Freedom so you can eat anything now.
Freedom of expression. And I have been go to a restaurant and say, I'm just going to have that. That's it. That's grand. So small changes, but important changes, I suppose.
Absolutely.
The mindset and the positivity and the focusing on things that you are in control of and that you are grateful for, and just look, because I suppose when you are stuck in a rut and you're focusing on symptom after symptom after symptom, and you're just looking at, I can't do this, I can't do that, and you get stuck,
stuck in a rut.
you get wrapped up. Like as you described when you're going through the process, like it's obviously a bit of a mini depression or a vicious circle and stuff. And it takes time, it takes practice to get your mindset back, and focusing on all the things that you can do. And it can start off at the most small, mundane thing, like something like doing the housework. Like you wouldn't even think about that as achieving something, but
it actually is.
If it's something, if you can't do it, I literally did it just before I came on here. I came back after a day's work, and I was like, right, let's get this out of the way, so we have a weekend to look forward to. And I'm good to go. It's done, and looking forward to the weekend now. A couple of things planned. Nothing major, but just looking forward to them and ticking them off and keep repping, keep getting the reps in, keep getting the keep the confidence high, keep the mindset and on track, and looking forward to the next step.
So what kind of things are you looking forward to when you're better? What is it going to be like? My goodness.
Yeah, the goodness. What is it going to be like? It's hard to even imagine what it's going to be like.
It'll probably be freedom, even better than you can imagine.
Yeah, freedom. I suppose like when you're stuck in something like this, you are trapped. You do put yourself down in a black hole, and you put so many barriers up that you don't even think of. And it's you don't even think that they're major things, but when you're doing them every single day and you're looking for symptoms and you're telling yourself, well, I can't do this and I can't do that, you're locking yourself in a prison. And like the things I'm looking forward to, being able to just do whatever I want to do when I wake up in the morning.
Freedom.
And hop out of bed and say, today if I want to go for a run, I know I can do it. I really want to get back. I'm after losing, say, 4 years of my life. I want to go back and do a team sport again. Go back and play GA.
Excellent. All right.
So I want to be able to say that I signed off on my own terms. That I wasn't forced out. I wasn't forced via injury or anything else or illness. That I want to stop whenever I want to stop myself. So I want to go back. I want to be with the lads. I want to be experiencing the crack, the slagging. And everything else that goes with a team sport and a bit of bonding, and again just pushing myself and testing myself, because I know there's something else inside me. I know it's been there. I know it's been there for a long time.
Yes,
but it's been caged. It's been held back.
Starting to come out now.
It's starting, and it hasn't been a click the finger moment. Some people can probably do that. It hasn't been that for me. I've had to work at it. I've had to tweak it. I've had to find the things that make me tick, to make me. I was the same. Yeah, and look, you had, in fairness, now you have been brilliant in the last couple of weeks. You've given me books to read, and
you're the placebo.
The placebo and stuff, and they're resonating. You've sent on some videos and some audiobooks and stuff like that have. I would have thought probably, so why would I be listening to them things? But if you just
actually
trust it, and it's just something, I suppose, if you are struggling during the day and you're saying, I can't fit in this rep, or I'm a bit of a rut, sometimes it's just as easy to put in a little inspiring story or watch the video or something, and that gives you that little spark again to go, okay, it's there, come on, step up again, and let's do this, let's go again, let's trust the process, because like at the end of the day, like you've so much more to actually gain.
And to live like the rest of your life to enjoy.
Yeah, definitely. And look, there's so many people out there when it happened first. Like I thought, here I am at this lone island, no one else with me. But the more that you read about it, the more research you do, like this is happening all over the world on a daily basis.
People are getting better all over the world.
Yeah. So there has to be a method to the madness. The how could it be all within you and stuff? But it has to be. There has to be something to it. So just looking forward now. I'm still not there. I'm still not.
You're on track.
I'm definitely. I'm on track. I'm improving. I know that there is there is a method to follow, and I've seen results the last week or 10 days. If I look back over them and be honest with myself, it's like, yeah, well, like, you're able to get through a day's work. You've done your exercise in the morning. You're coming home and you're cooking the dinner. You've been stuck with underage teams, your training teams. Like, you're achieving a hell of a lot in a full day.
Yeah, that's a hell of a lot versus when you started.
Yeah.
My goodness. Did you expect that you were going to get those kind of results so soon after only 5 or 6 weeks?
Yeah, probably not. And again, I suppose if I go back to it, I wanted to be that person who had the whole thing done in a week and to be able to
I know, of course.
Good man, cheers, I'm out of here. Thanks for that. That was the one thing I was missing. So I definitely, I frustrated myself probably for 1 or 2, 3 weeks. But then I found the things that made me tick. And you were definitely the little bits of reading, the little nuggets of information. And I suppose, yeah, just it, and the website, the stuff, and you've started up the website. Yeah. It's great. Yeah, and it's really important, I suppose, to remember like that there are people around the place who have done this, who have come out of it.
Yes.
And to be able to remember that you're not the only person, because when you are with your own friends and with your own family, it's really easy to compare yourself and go, oh, exactly. God, look at them, look at them, look at them. I'm the only person. But it's nice to be able to have a place to go to and be in a common room with people, or to be in a common place and go, hey, look, that fella's done exactly what I want to do, or he is doing it now. Why not? Why not go? Why not follow his path? Or why not at least try it? Like, you have absolutely nothing, nothing to lose and everything to gain. So, yeah, I suppose I'm excited. That's probably the big thing. I'm excited to see what's next. I want to climb mountains. I want to go with the lads. I want to cycle. I want to run. I want to jog. I want to like, I have a lovely new house. I want to have a garden outside and come home and just tear into it every day and have something that I'm proud of, and to be able to say that I'm living life and not surviving life. I want to be thriving, as it says. Yeah, thriving. That's the word. Yeah, I want to thrive, and I want to push on, and I want to see how far I can go and keep going.
Excellent. And so, if someone was thinking about working with me, doing my program, what would you say to them?
Starting off, I suppose, have an open mind. I was sick and tired of trying everything, and I suppose I came to you via the website, and I started off with a case of pessimistic. I suppose I was like, grand, I'll try it, but sure, I've tried everything else and that didn't work, and sure, I've nothing to let lose except to try this. And if it doesn't work, so it's another, throw it on the scrap heap and stuff. So come with an open mind. Listen to what you're saying, because I suppose you have come through it. That's probably the big thing, that you've lived it. You've been that person for 10 years who sat and struggled. 11 years, and just like, that's probably, and I still probably forget that when I'm talking with you and stuff, that you're not this, as a guru, you're not this person on a pulpit saying, well, if you try this and we'll see what happens. Like, you've actually done these things and you've come through it. So yeah, come with an open mind, trust it, find the things that probably work for you. Everybody won't have the same kind of motivation. You have to find something that's motivating you and that's resonating with you. That definitely took me a couple of weeks to figure out and to find. I kind of felt sometimes that I was lost, and if I was lost, I had to force it, and the more I forced it, the more frustrated I got because I wasn't seeing the results. So it took me time to really apply it, and to find the things that resonated with me, and trust. I suppose that's the main thing. Just trust. You don't have to be the person who has it done in a week. As you're going through it, it's a process. It could take a week, it could take a month, it could take 2 months, it could take 6 months. But when you're stuck in that room, in the dark cage,
it's worth doing.
It doesn't really matter. It doesn't really matter how long it's going to take, as long as you get there. And I suppose that's one of the things that has taken me a little bit of time that it doesn't have to be no, there isn't a magic pill. You aren't going to just wake up one morning and this thing is falling off you and it's not back. Like if you want to have, it's like going to the gym. If you want that body, you have to follow the process. You have to go through the grind every single day. And if you do follow it, there is progress to be made. There is light at the end of the tunnel. And
for sure.
just to believe, I suppose, is the big thing. To trust yourself. It's not
take
easy at times.
Do the work.
Take the steps. And fall back on the people and fall back on the cases and fall back on the miracles that have happened already to people, because without those miracles and stuff, it's very easy to lose sight of what the end goal is, and to fall back into the routines and the bad mindset and the bad thought patterns that are subconsciously ticking away underneath you every single day. So it is.
Well, it's getting less and less. I'm sure you're noticing a lot less negative thoughts and things, as your brain is adapting.
And there is more positivity. And it is a process. You have to do it. It's exercising every day. It's taken me a little bit of time, but I feel now that I am on track, and it's just definitely has to be. There you have so much left to gain now, and I suppose my motivation now again is when if hopefully I'll get to do another video with you at the end in a couple of more weeks or months, and that I am back and I'm absolutely hopping. Like there has to be, there's a target, there's a goal there, and I want to be the person that there's a video there of me that people look at and go, here, there's another exception to the rule. He smashed it. He's back. Let's go. Let's keep going.
Love it. I can see you on top of mountains doing all kinds of awesome stuff. Looking forward to that.
Yeah, that'd be nice. Yeah, up on top and just sitting and enjoying, saying, look at that. I'm back and I'm better than ever.
Awesome. Excellent. All right, Shane, thank you so much. So anyone interested in working with me, I am very busy with my online brain retraining program. It's a 12-month program. But yeah, usually people are getting fully better between a few weeks and a few months. Sometimes it takes a little bit longer, and sometimes a little bit shorter. Yeah, I think the thing is, like, the fastest recoveries that I've had have been, just over a week. But that's the exception rather than the rule. And unfortunately, if that's what's in your mind, and it kind of was in my mind when I started doing brain retraining as well, that it can be a little bit disempowering if you're not fully better after a week then. So it's much better to focus on applying this consistently for at least 2 months. Hey, if you're fully better after a week or two, awesome. But why not, apply it for that 2 months, at least 2 months of like consistently doing it. And I think it's completely worth it to do that, to get your life back on track. And then brain retraining, it can be used for all kinds of other things as well. So it can improve your life beyond getting fully better. But yeah, I'll talk more about that in the future. But yeah, thank you very much. I'd like you to, if you could do something for me, I'd love you to be able to share this video with as many people as possible to really inspire them. And yeah, if you'd like to reach out to me, you can contact me at jason@thrivingtherapies.com. All right, speak to you soon. Have a great day.